From the coffee you choose to the phone you buy, you feel like you're in control. But what if your decisions are being guided by a hidden psychological script? This is the science of marketing psychology, and it's more powerful than you think. Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever stopped to think what's really driving your buying decisions? You know, why you pick that brand, or why suddenly a sale feels like something you absolutely cannot miss.
Right. It's fascinating stuff.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into marketing psychology. We've looked at the sources, and we're trying to get to the why behind the buy.
Exactly. The goal is to pull out the key insights, sort of give you a shortcut to understanding how brands, how they strategically nudge our choices.
And hopefully find some surprising things along the way.
Definitely. What's really interesting here, I think, is that marketing psychology, it's not just flashy as on the surface.
No,
it's more systematic. It's about applying psychological principles, to actually influence how we behave.
Okay.
So think beyond just basic needs and wants. The marketing that really works, it taps into our deeper desires.
Deeper desires, like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so like an athletic shoe. It's not just footwear, right? It might fulfill a desire for, say, personal achievement or maybe social status.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. And looking at the sources, emotion and storytelling seem absolutely critical here.
Hugely important.
I saw one point that emotional appeals can actually perform twice as well as purely rational ones. I mean, that's huge. How does a story do that?
Well, it's because emotional stories sort of bypass our purely logical filters. They create an immediate connection.
Right.
And that makes a product feel, meaningful, like it's part of your life, your identity.
Okay, so it's hitting us on a different level.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, our brains are constantly taking these little mental shortcuts, heuristics they call them.
Right, heuristics, especially with that quick, intuitive thinking, system one.
Yes, precisely. That fast, almost automatic way our brains make decisions without us really consciously thinking too hard. And marketers, they cleverly use these predictable patterns.
Okay, so our brains have these defaults, these shortcuts. How are marketers actually tapping into them? What should you be watching out for day to day?
Well, recognizing them is the first step, really. For instance, social proof. We're basically wired to follow the crowd.
Safety in numbers?
Kind of, yeah. Think customer reviews, star ratings, those influencer endorsements you see everywhere.
Like on Airbnb, they lean heavily on reviews, right, to build trust.
Exactly. Past guest reviews make you feel safer, more secure in your choice. That's social proof in action. Then there's scarcity and FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Ah, the classic limited time offer.
Precisely, or only 2 left in stock. Those create urgency because we instinctively hate the idea of losing out on something potentially valuable.
Makes you jump on it.
And related to that is loss aversion. This one's powerful. The research suggests the pain of losing something is like twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining something equivalent. So brands use this brilliantly with things like free trials. Think Casper's 100-night mattress trial, or maybe a software trial like Salesforce.
Okay.
They get you to feel ownership. So by the time the trial ends, the idea of losing access feels more painful than the actual cost of subscribing.
That is clever.
If you're finding this deep dive valuable, take a moment to subscribe to make it make sense. New topics are broken down every week.
And, often it feels like they're not just using one of these things, they're layering them, right?
Absolutely. They're often stacking multiple biases at the same time.
Like a limited time offer that combines the scarcity, the potential loss, maybe even shows how many other people bought it.
Exactly. Scarcity, loss aversion, social proof, all hitting you at once for a really powerful effect.
Man, does stacking them like that make it almost impossible for us to spot? Or are there still clues? I'm suddenly rethinking my last impulse buy.
Well, it definitely makes it trickier, no doubt. But awareness really is the first step. You start to notice when multiple urgent-sounding things are hitting you simultaneously.
Okay, awareness. So thinking about mastery, some brands just seem, above it all. Like Apple. They aren't just selling you a phone or a computer, are they? It feels like they build this whole identity around being an Apple user. How do they weave in those higher needs like esteem or self-actualization?
Apple are definitely masters of this. They understand they're selling an experience, a status, a community, not just tech specs.
Right.
And even their pricing, $999 instead of $1,000. That's pure psychology.
Because it feels significantly cheaper.
Yeah, our brains just process it differently. It feels like it's in a lower, more affordable category. Even if it's just $1 less, it anchors our perception.
Wild. And the digital age must just amplify all this stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. Think about AI enabling hyper-personalization. Messages tailored specifically to your psychological profile. It can feel like they're reading your mind.
A bit creepy, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. And then you have VR and AR experiences, like Sephora's virtual artist app letting you try on makeup, or IKEA's app placing furniture in your room.
So you feel like you own it already. Loss aversion again.
You got it. Creates that sense of ownership before you even buy. And then there's neuromarketing, actually studying our subconscious brain responses using things like fMRI or eye tracking.
Wow. Okay, so they're literally trying to see what makes our brains light up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But, this power, it brings up a big question about ethics, doesn't it? There's a fine line between ethical persuasion and, manipulation.
What's the difference, really?
Persuasion, ideally, empowers your choice by providing relevant information, maybe highlighting benefits. Manipulation exploits vulnerabilities, think fake scarcity tactics, or pressuring vulnerable groups. Transparency and trust become really crucial here.
Right. So knowing all this, where do we go from here? It sounds like the future is even more integrated technology and psychology.
It seems that way. Potentially even anticipating your needs before you consciously know them. So the big question for you listening is, how will this new awareness change how you engage with products and brands? What does knowing this spark for you about your own choices? Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Thanks for joining our deep dive. If this sparked an idea for a future topic, let us know in the comments below. You can continue exploring this subject by watching our next video right here, or subscribe to catch all our future breakdowns. We'll see you in the next one.